I will give my opinion on this, okay? And I obviously I like the Act Man, right? I've talked to him on stream multiple times. I like the guy. I think he's great. But you guys might not know this. I actually like heel versus babyface too. He used to make WoW videos back in the day, and I actually did videos with him even. Bro, one of my oh my god. Patch 6.2.3 discussion with Az from heel versus babyface. The moose is loose. This is on my old channel. I did this a few days ago and never really put it out, so I figured I'd put it out today. Holy shit. I love how the top comment is still from 8 years ago complaining about Az. Disliking my video because you don't like Az. That's messed up, guys. Screwed up, guys. Oh, wow. Sorry, but Actman has a bunch of bad takes lately, and his ego's gotten pretty big. Actman leaked DMs from a third party that didn't give consent, basically killing his future relationships. Well, listen, they were trying to set up a debate or something like that. If they want to have a debate on even ground, I have no problem. I will facilitate this. I have no problem doing it. Yeah, I think people are mad, so this is what the drama was. Because Actman made like a whole video about this.
All right, what's up, everybody? This video is going to be posted on Twitter. It's going to be the evidence I talked about in regards to the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. If you're in the loop on that, great. If not, long story short, I made a tweet about Sweet Baby Inc. looking into it, and it has reignited the discourse around Starfield. So let's start with this. This account made this tweet, how it started versus how it's going. You know, kind of clowning on me a little bit. And I'm like, I don't recall hearing about Sweet Baby Inc. when all that Starfield discourse was going down, so I've only learned of this company's existence in the last week or so. By the way, it turns out Starfield has no connection with Sweet Baby Inc. as far as we know. My offer to Az is still open if he changes his mind and wants to talk with me, public or private. So here's what Az says. We had an opportunity to speak. I lost interest when you were talking out of both sides of your mouth. One side saying you wanted to talk and we were trying to arrange a time. The other side making more videos shitting on me for views as you were just another content engagement farmer. You showed me who you were, someone not worth the time of day. Okay. This kind of upsets me because content engagement farmer, meanwhile, yesterday you made a 13-minute video based off of 2 tweets I made. Who's farming? You say I'm content and engagement.
There's nothing wrong with farming. Okay? Like, I farm all the time. All I fucking do is farm.
Farming, but I made one video on the topic in which you are not the sole focus of it, and I didn't use your face or name in the title or thumbnail. Not much of a farm, is it? So look, man, you got your reasons for not wanting to talk to me after all this. I understand.
Yeah.
What I don't get is why you're continuing to fan the flames and farm me for content if that's what you're calling me out for doing.
I think the reason why is because, like, Actman made a tweet about heel versus babyface, about Az. I guess I'll just call him Az. I can't say the whole name every time. It's too much. About Az, about how the guy was acting like a man baby, and he called him a gorilla. Yeah, exactly. I remember, calling him a gorilla. That's really what he's mad about. He's not really mad about the YouTube videos, right? And so, well, again, like, let's talk about that.
Posting this video to Twitter, man. I'm going to make all of $3 if I'm lucky. I don't have plans to make a video on Sweet Baby Inc. or you. So if that's what we're going to do, I'm at least going to share the DMs between me and the third party, which show I continuously reached out with good intentions. We could have talked on a live stream on your channel. I think a lot of people would have tuned into that. Probably would have gotten a lot of views, donations, and ad revenue, and we could have squashed the beef in front of everyone. And it's funny because something similar is happening right now with me and another creator, Tommy C. Someone who's arguably criticized me harder than anybody else. If you remember back when my channel got demonetized, he and I had some beef. It was pretty bad. So if me and Tommy can hop on a live stream and hash this shit out, then you and I could have too. Again, for more context, this Starfield hot takes video was posted on September 13th. Now, Az had posted other videos about Starfield discourse. We were both at the center of that. So, yeah, of course. We're gonna
Man canceled for having opinion on the internet. Oh, God. Bro, I fucking love the internet. I really do. I think it's a beautiful place.
Content. We're YouTubers. That's what we do.
Yeah, sounds familiar. I bet it is.
With him criticizing me in this video. I might disagree with the things that he said, but the fact that he made this video at all, I have no problems with. So this video was posted September 4th.
Yeah, of course.
This one's September 8th. So all the DMs...
the other video, I killed Starfield.
I'm going to show you. are between me and Mauler. I don't want nobody giving Mauler shit for this.
Mauler is actually, there's something I really respect and appreciate that he did. He made an 8-hour video series about why Dark Souls 2 was a bad game. And I've watched the entire thing twice. And the second time while I was watching it, I was playing Dark Souls 2.
Did his best to try and mediate a conversation. He was in an awkward position. Nobody give Mauler shit, okay? So here are the DMs with Mauler. I say, some people in my Twitch chat were telling me I should ask you to set up a discussion with Az and have you be a moderator. What do you think about that? September 6th. Just pay attention to the dates and times.
Okay.
Mauler says, I'm super unfamiliar with the game. I don't think Az is going to be interested. He's just carrying on doing his thing. Not much of a fan of any of the viral posts about him, being that there's so much missing context about his views on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Great. Let's talk, and you can provide that context.
I think Mauler seemed actually quite reasonable about it.
Text to me directly.
Yeah.
Was there something specific you wanted to talk to him about? Well, I think it'd be good for us to talk about it. Could do well for our channels and bridge a gap, so to speak.
Yeah.
You make your videos, I make my video. Then we can come together, talk about it on your channel, my channel. And
Leaking Mauler's DMs is deal breaker. Mauler's mad. Like, people have leaked my DMs as well. This is my advice for any content creator. Your DMs aren't private, and people will leak them if they want. I've had people leak my DMs all the time. Yeah, like, constantly people do this. Who leaked your DMs? That one guy from FaZe. What was his name? The guy, I called him a crackhead? FaZe Rain. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he leaked the DMs.
Interesting conversation.
That's the most recent one.
Content. Hopefully squash the beef, shake hands, move on. Everyone's happy. You
Right.
could pose the idea to him and see what he says. You know me
Sure.
decently well. I'm not the type of person to hold grudges or hate someone just because I disagree with them. I'm sure we wouldn't just talk about the game, but the concepts of woke culture and media too. I wouldn't necessarily want to treat it as a debate. So at this point in time, I don't want the conversation between me and Az to be treated as like okay, I'm right, you're
adversarial.
wrong.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. I think there's too much bad blood at this point. He doesn't believe you made those tweets in the interest of understanding the situation, but rather for engagement. He's not interested, and I don't think he will be convinced otherwise. He felt very supportive of you and a lot of what you had to go through, like the demonetization. So obviously this has created a very sour impression. Understandable.
Okay.
Then let's talk in private, just the three of us.
Okay.
Have a conversation, not about content. Let's just try to understand each other. I made the
Why don't they just DM each other, bro? Like, I don't understand, like, because for me, like, why we need a, yeah, what's this? Like, I mean, you just DM each other, yeah. Az hasn't blocked, just tell him to unblock him.
tweets because I didn't understand what he was saying, and because
Yeah.
it's the internet. You know, we're public figures. You goof and gaff on me, I do the same.
It's not a
doesn't
big
strike
deal.
me as a shy man. What
Yeah.
could be the harm in a private conversation? I very much appreciate that he was supportive of my situation back then. I will always have a certain level of respect for people that did. Tell him that's why I'm reaching out. This is still true. This is still true. I still have a certain amount of respect for Az for having my back in my darkest time. It might create
That was a
more drama
crazy
to tag
that
Az
was
in a public
crazy
tweet,
when
and I
that
have no
happened.
other way to contact him, so I'd like to settle this bad
So
blood if
dumb.
possible. I understand if it puts you in an awkward middleman situation. I've spoken with Az, and he said he is happy to have a private chat with us. The idea of no audience and just us to figure out the miscommunications, differences in a call will
Yeah.
hopefully have some good outcomes. Only he's gotten a fever, and I think has the flu right now, so might need like a week before setting this up. Do you want to let me know what kind of availability you have? Sounds good. Let him know that I do have a video about Starfield hot takes going up.
Nope.
It's a bit late for me to unpull the trigger, and it is mostly for content purposes. As he made a couple videos on this subject, I hope he understands. There are more important things than our squabble disagreement on this subject. He stuck up for me in my darkest hour, so I want to make sure he knows he has an ally should his channel ever face any unfair demonetization of videos, or God forbid his channel
Gets deleted.
terminated.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. So at this point you might be asking the question, well, if you were trying to mend the bridge, why did you post the video? There's a few reasons.
It's not a big fucking deal. He wasn't even part of the video. It was just a little small amount of the video. And yeah, it was kind of ridiculous the way he acted. Like, yeah, 100%. Like, also, like, didn't I get posted in a Starfield hot takes video too? Like, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Who cares?
For one, this Twitter exchange
Yeah.
took place over a week, and I had no indication until I finished the video that Az was down to talk to me. This is pretty bad timing. I just spent 30, 35, 40 hours on a video. What am I going to do? Just scrap it? Reason I posted it, I didn't think it would hurt his feelings, honestly. In fact, I made a concentrated effort to make the video not just about him. I included a bunch of different Starfield hot takes. He seemed like the type of guy who could take criticism, roll with the punches, and laugh at himself a bit. I respected that.
It's not that big of a deal.
I'll be available until the 16th. I'll be leaving to go visit someone. As he made a couple videos on the subject, I hope he understands. We're content creators. We make videos. We're both involved in this. I don't have any problems with him making videos about it. So I expect the same courtesy. I expect the understanding that we can critique each other on videos and come together and actually talk to each other like real people. It's very important he understands that whatever our disagreements on this subject, I am 100% willing to help him should his channel ever be in jeopardy. That being said, I put many hours into this latest video and I can't just pull it. He seems strong-willed though, so hopefully it doesn't bother him much. Big fucking miscalculation on my part. Because it did. I'd be down for a private chat. Come back from my trip. Yo, any updates? I think after the new video, he's absolutely not interested, and that's putting it nicely. Sorry, dude, I think you were both stand-up guys, but some things just don't work out. So this is how I start to get the impression that Az just wanted a one-sided shit-slinging contest. He wanted to be the one to be able to make videos, and as I've been showing you, he's ducking every opportunity to actually confront and talk to me.
Oh, he's just pissed off because he got farmed. Like, that's the reason why. What are we talking about? Oh, why is this happening? Az is pissed because everybody dunked on him for what he said about Starfield. Everybody was shitting on him, and he's mad. Like, what the fuck? It's not that complicated, is it? I mean, shit. It made him bald? No, that's not. He's been bald for, like, 8 years ago he was bald.
Directly. All of these DMs had to be done through a third party because he wouldn't reach out to me. Why, though? I don't understand. He made his videos and I made one. So what's the deal? Again, I don't want to press and make either of you uncomfortable or anything, but I'm genuinely confused. Yeah. I'm fine with his videos about me being up. I didn't think he was the type of guy to let stuff like that bother him too much. Miscalculation. Miscalculation on my part. Rules for thee, but not for me. I get to talk shit. You can't make content about this, Act Man. No. Only I get to. He doesn't believe it's about understanding the situation, so he's not interested. I've asked him a decent bit in a lot of ways, just not meant to be. What does he think my intentions are? If it's a private call, I'm not going to record it to put him on blast or anything. That would be super scummy and make me... Like, in my opinion, I do think Actman kind of made a mistake by trying to push this so much, because it's obviously Az doesn't want to talk to him. Fuck him, man. Who cares? Like, if Az doesn't want to see your perspective, then that's not your problem. It's like, he blocks you, like, who gives a fuck? The guy is just, yeah, fuck him. And it's like, I would just be like, listen, if he wants to talk about it, like, you know, I'm down, like, whenever, let him know that I'm still, like, you know, I'm not just gonna, like, fucking hate him forever, and, like, that's it. Farm even harder? Yeah, Axeman just wants to resolve it. Yeah, no, and I get it, right? And, like, I see it from his perspective. I see why he would do it. Of course it makes sense why he'd do it, right? Because, like, he doesn't want to have an enemy or somebody like that, especially I think that he might feel a little bit guilty, right? Because... you know, he said Az, like, defended him whenever Actman got demonetized, and now he might feel guilty because he's like, oh, am I shitting on this guy who helped me? And so he wanted to resolve it because it made him feel bad. I think that's reasonable, right? Sure. But yeah, it seems like he just doesn't want to talk about it. That's all there is to it. Look like a dick. What's the harm in a private conversation? Like I said, I've asked him about it. I'd prefer to stop burying messages. It's just not meant to be. This is where I left it off. Well, I guess the record will show who was willing to talk and who wasn't. Who was willing to discuss things like men and who cowered away like a pussy. I appreciate the effort. Apologies again for putting you in this awkward position. So I'm kind of upset at this point. So I'm trying my best to talk to this guy. There it is. I'm not saying Az didn't have valid reasons and feelings for why he didn't want to talk. It's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. We both move on. We don't have to talk. The problem I have now is that you are using me to farm content and engagement. You are stoking the flames while at the same time avoiding any direct conversation with me. See, for me, like I've said before, I mean, Actman probably hasn't gone through as many controversies as I have. Like, whenever I see people farming me for content, I'm like, yeah, I'd be doing the same thing. I remember there was one person who is like a very notorious drama farmer, and they were able to farm a drama that I was involved with that I didn't cover because of my involvement. And I was actually, the only thing that I felt with them farming my drama is I was just jealous that I couldn't do it. I was like, oh my god, now he gets to do this and I can't do this because it's, you know, I'm like mad at this guy. Because, like, I want to talk about this, but I can't.
It's like, fuck, man, it should have been me. Yeah. And so, like, to me, I don't take anything personally if people do stuff because I don't view myself as a person as much as I can. Online, I view myself as like an entity or like like just a video, right? And so I think doing that gives me at least a little bit more of a disconnect. Yeah, it's all just words. Abba, I talked to him. I talked to him privately. Like, yeah, I like him. He's great. Yeah, if they want to farm videos about me, say I'm an idiot, that's great. That's totally fine. Okay. Yeah, because I've just, as I said, I've gone through this so many times. So many times. It's been so long. And the thing is, like, it's not like this is the last time it's going to happen. It's going to happen again and again and again.
If you're so confident that I'm a disingenuous asshole grifter who only says whatever the most socially acceptable thing is, then expose me for that. Expose me for that on a live stream in front of everybody where I can't hide behind the magic of editing. Why not? Well, it's safe to say that's probably never going to happen, so what does the future hold? Well, I have been talking with Jeremy from the Quartering, and we were planning on doing a live stream together, talking about this sort of thing, like this.
Jeremy, also who farmed me, who've also I've talked to multiple times in private, and they have been all incredibly positive times. I like Jeremy, but he has farmed me many times. Farmed everyone. Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Sweet Baby Ink stuff, and maybe the Starfield pronouns and woke stuff.
Are you desensitized to it, or just take it as being part of the business? It's just part of the business. Yeah, that's part of the business. That's just the way it is.
Video games, all that jazz. I'm like having an actual conversation about it. So if everything with the Quartering doesn't work out tomorrow, then I'm going to be talking with Tommy C on his channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I'm done with this petty high school shit-slinging drama. Yeah, back to regular videos.
All right, well, there it is. I think they need to stop arguing. Like, they're basically both on the same side of this. Why the fuck are you fighting? Over some disagreement? Like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Oh, wow, he made a video saying that you're a gorilla. Okay, like, what's wrong with that? But it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, what is this? It's also like, it's basically friendly fire. You're on the same side 95%. Why is this happening? How do you do this to yourself? It's crazy. The comments have timestamps. Yeah, this is their opinions on these topics don't disagree as much. As I said, if they want to come on my stream, as I said, I've had a prior personal relationship with both of them. I am not necessarily biased in one way or another. And if they want to come on and they want to talk about it, I'm always around. I stream every fucking day. So keep it in mind.